big boss is back! Greetings, boys and gits, and welcome back to Dread Waaagh Gaming. Now, I say welcome back, I mean it has been a little while. I'm really sorry about that, it's been a couple of months. Suppose I should explain myself. Okay, so my reasons weren't anything to do with really the YouTube child protection laws and all the rest of it. That didn't really bother me. At the end of the day, they can stick it where the sun don't shine, I don't care. But it could affect me. So it disheartened me a little bit as to regards to making videos, but so did my fall in love for 40k. Like, I love our hobby, absolutely love our hobby, but Games Workshop as a company have let me down and let our community and its supporters down big time, I think, particularly with 8th edition, because they bought a whole bunch, they had a big drive to bring back all of the old players with the promise that we're not going to have stacks and stacks of books, and they did just that. So they lied, and they've been putting the prices up and up, and they just don't justify it. You know, it's not right. I'm just not happy with the way that the hobby's going myself. But that's just one side of it. It's just the gaming element of it and the company behind it and stuff like that. Like, I'm pissed off with Games Workshop. So I had no love for them and what they're doing and any of their directive. I just couldn't be excited about it for a while. But that doesn't mean I'm not enjoying the hobby. I can still enjoy the hobby, but I wasn't. But the reason for that is the main reason as to why I've not made any videos for you guys either, because I can't be creative and enjoy hobby all the time. My head is somewhere else, and it has been. I've made a video before about mental well-being and mental health and said that, you know, like, sometimes you just can't hobby because your head is elsewhere. For me, I've been on a massive struggle, a big battle, as you could say, trying to get my life in order, and the biggest thing for me is to stop smoking. A very, very special person that means the world to me said something very difficult and said, look, Artie, if you're going to find the right woman, then you have to realise what the right woman's going to want from you. So I realised that although for me smoking isn't something that makes me lazy, it doesn't make me stupid or anything like that. In fact, it has quite an opposite effect to me as to what it has to a lot of people. I would say that if I was at school when it was around, I would have been diagnosed with the ADHD or something like that, because I am crazy, bouncing all over the place, thoughts going a million miles an hour, really unable to calm my mind or my physical behaviour without smoking. For me, smoking actually puts me right on the ball and actually makes me able to focus my attention and speak clearly and thoughtfully and stuff like that. So it isn't the same for everybody. I've got my reasons as to why I've done it since I was 15, because it really did make me, even in my professional career, act much more professional. But I realised that for long-term health and for the prospects of finding the right woman, or at least, you know, if the right woman's already in my life, making them see that, you know, I'm serious, then I need to stop smoking. You know, people need to look at me differently. I need people to not just know me as, oh, Artie, Dread, the smoker, or the dude that, you know, has always got a joint on the go or something. No, I don't want that to be people's first assumption about me. You know, I'd rather them say, oh yeah, Dread, he's a funny guy, you know, or something like that, or he's very creative, or blah blah. I don't want the first association to be something like that, and I think over the years it's become that kind of way. So yeah, I've been trying very, very, very hard to quit. This is why I've not made videos. because I can't be creative when I'm going through nightmares, sweats and all the rest of it. I managed 3 or 4 days every week of just cold turkey quitting. I never use any aids or anything like that, any Nicorettes or anything like that. So what I do is I just go cold turkey and I just say, no, not smoking in the morning. And I manage 3 or 4 days at a time. And usually I take myself out wild camping for that. I'd go off into the hills or into the woods or something like this and do a bit of fishing. Don't take anything with me. Smoke wise, obviously take stuff with me, otherwise I'm gonna freeze to death. But don't take any marijuana, any weed, any Mary. It's not coming, right? So I'll go out, I'll camp, I'll try and survive it without, and then I'll end up coming back after 3 or 4 days needing it because I started having terrible sweats and nightmares and all the rest of it. So I wasn't doing so well with it. And then to make matters worse, come Christmas time, I went away. And I thought, well, I'll just have a last few blazes with my good friend in Poland. But then when I came back, my cat was missing. Now, I don't know if many of you know, I've got a really precious cat that I pulled from a canal about 5 years ago. And ever since that, I've expected almost every morning to wake up and find that she's died in her sleep because she's got such bad lung capacity. Like, I mean, she sounds like she's been smoking for 50 years, you know? She snore. Like if I had a friend staying on the couch downstairs and I was upstairs, they would hear the snoring of my cat and think I was snoring, and I literally would then come down the stairs and like, I thought I heard you snoring. It's like, no, that's my cat. So she's got very heavy breathing, and so I always expected her to die at some point, but she just went missing. And so I came back. She'd been looked after by my other neighbours here, and we've got lots of cats here, so she's not alone. She's used to being here and all the rest. She never goes near the road. But I came back and she was gone, and it devastated me. I mean, she's all I've got, as it goes, is my little cat. And yeah, I had nightmares, and I'm still having nightmares about finding her in all sorts of horrible predicaments because she hasn't turned up yet, and so I don't know where she is or what's happened. I've tried everything. I've tried all the vets, tried all the neighbours. I've pretty much walked in a spiral pattern around this whole area, gone up in all the barns and underneath everything. I can't find her. So that threw me off the smoking thing for a little while, and I had to get back on track with it. And I didn't want to make videos, and I didn't want to come before you guys until I'd actually achieved it. I didn't want to say I've half achieved it. Oh yeah, I've almost stopped smoking. No, I can now come before you and say I've quit smoking, and for very good reasons. So here I am, I'm back, I'm Dread. I'm going to be way more busy doing stuff with you guys now because I'm over this. I'm still having a few nightmares and stuff, and I've got some other emotional things going on in life, but they ain't going to get in the way of me doing stuff for you guys now. I'm focused. I've got my vavavoom back, as they would say, or your je ne sais quoi, or mojo. Yeah, I prefer that one. I got my mojo back. So anyway, let's stop jibber jabbering and get on with the rest of the episode, shall we?
So, in the news, we do actually have news. Finally, Ghaz is going to return in the next few weeks, more than likely. But here we actually have Makari. We actually have already seen the model, and he's a good nod to the old Makari. He's a little bit bigger, obviously, to fit with the times. But yeah, he's awesome. I like the banner. I like the way he's holding it. I like the fact that they actually did a nod also to the fan lore in saying that, you know, it's very likely that he is actually just any grot and he's just being, you know, replaced. So basically Ghaz, every time he has a banner waver, he just calls him Makari. Doesn't matter if it's the same Makari or not, which I think is quite funny. Let's just hope that he doesn't cost too much, because, you know, judging by the price of the red gobbo, we could be in for a bloody shock, especially if he comes individual to Ghaz. Let's just hope he comes with Ghaz. That would only make sense, wouldn't it not? So Makari has a surprising toughness 3 and 4 wounds, and a leadership of 6, which he can actually lend to other nearby goth grots with his special ability. So basically, He is a special character, a miniature special character, but the most incredible thing about this grot is his 2+ invulnerable save. I don't think there's any models out there with a +2 invulnerable save. If there are, let me know. But yeah, I mean, that's fairly unstoppable. So it'd be fun to play, but this is my concern. We often have the orcs not taken seriously. So yeah, he's an HQ choice and your people will be able to play a grot army and stuff, but it, you know, if orcs get something good, it's always just for a laugh. It's never anything serious or anything that we can actually use. And then anytime we do get something that's actually properly useful, they just take it away from us again because they're like, oh no, oh shit, we gave them too much. So I just hope that this isn't just another flash in the pan gimmick. I hope that they're going to start giving us some bloody love. That's all I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Okay, so some of you guys might remember that Eric Brown sent me and Scar some sweets to eat on my last episode. So now, let's take a little look at some sweets that I got for Eric to eat from Ireland, from my childhood. Hope you enjoy these, Eric. Let's have a look.
Wham! It's a chewy, sour, crystal-filled chew sweet. Not really much to say. Comes from my childhood. It's not actually the nicest tasting of the sweets that I'm sending to Eric, but it's fun. And when you're a kid and you get these chew bars and you're biting into it, you get all excited about the little sour crystals. At least that's how I remember it. Anyway, so wham! There you go. Next up, we have chewy nougat. Now, I'm sure you have nougat in the States, and this is only a cheapy one, to be honest, but it's just one that, again, like it used to be available as kids. Now, this company, Barrett's, they basically bought up all the classic sweets from the old days. I don't think they used to make all of this originally, but, you know, they seem to have bought up Dib Dabs too. Dib Dab. This is a fun lolly with a sherbet. So, it's fairly plain sherbet, but you get loads in there. You always used to get loads in there, and you still get loads in there. Lasts a good little while. In fact, the lolly goes all sticky and funky before you actually ever get the sherbet finished. So you might have to use your finger to finish off. That's what we used to do as kids anyway. Next up, we have some Parma Violets. Now, Mork and Gork, I sent him some of these and he absolutely loved them. Really, really liked them. They are delicately perfumed violet sweets. So yeah, they taste like violets, like the flower, you know what I mean? I don't know what Parma really means. No idea really. But yeah, they're kind of a mauve colour. Very nice. Or a violet colour, if you like. That's why they're called violets. Next up, we have refreshers. Now this is just a small pack of refreshers. They used to be in bigger packs, but again, look, Barrett's bought them up. But yeah, these are like little, they're like little tablets, like little, yeah, they are like tablets, I suppose. If you drop them in water, they probably would dissolve, and they sort of like go all powdery in your tongue. It's like sherbet condensed and pushed into a little tablet form. So yeah, they're refreshers, but also get this, right? So is this, but this is a Swizzlers refresher. See, Barrett didn't manage to buy out Swizzlers. Haha. It's another chew bar that's basically got like a sherbet inside, and it's really nice. Actually, this one is proper decent. No wonder Swizzler never sold it on. It's a classic. Then I've got your two Irish classics, which I don't really like. They're not from my childhood particularly, but I thought I'd get them for you because they're local. These are made in Ireland as well. Glucose fruits and also some Eskimo mints. And then something else that is also an Irish thing that I didn't have it growing up, especially not growing up because it's whiskey. Irish whiskey dark chocolate from Butler's, which is a chocolate shop here in Galway. I think they're around the country as well, but they're an Irish place and they're really nice. They do lovely hot chocolates. Very, very well known for their hot chocolates locally, but I thought I'd send you this, try it out. I haven't actually tried this one myself. I've actually got you 2 other chocolates. I've got some Cadbury's, some Irish Cadbury's like me and Scar were talking about, but I ate it. So I've got to buy you some more and put them in before I send it off. And I'll also send you some Irish all butter shortbread biscuits by Kerrygold. And also the other thing that I started eating, so I've got to replace, is some fruit salads and blackjacks. These are the ultimate classic from my childhood. Like, these used to be in a slightly different shape. They used to be a little bit more flat and longer, but they used to be half a penny each when I was a kid. So you used to get 2 of these for a penny, man. Oh, those were the days. Those really were the days. And last but not least, the drumstick lolly. And anyone that knows about drumstick lollies would be thoroughly impressed at how straight this stick right here is. So count your blessings, sunshine. You just struck it lucky. Now then, let's finally do what we should have done a long time ago. I'm such a bad bastard. I'm really sorry. Here is the Dread Kaptin Kompetition winners.
In 3rd place is Morkan Gork with this fantastic, completely scratch-built sculpture. And if you haven't checked out his channel, go and do it now. In 2nd place, we have Ian Hodgson with this fantastic scratch-built, or partially scratch, well, yeah, it is scratch-built, isn't it? Stomper with the dreadlock chains. I love it. It's really awesome. Well done, Ian. And in 1st place, we have none other than Pablo Rodriguez Valera with his fantastic Dread, the old school looking orc, which actually, I must confess, has actually been sat as my screensaver on my personal phone for, I don't know, about 6 months now. I absolutely love this image, so I'm actually very happy that it won. So thank you, Pablo. And congratulations, buddy. You came first. So I will contact the winners with regards to prizes. We've got some fantastic prizes. I'm just hoping that this first prize is actually ready, because the green was having a few problems, but it should be done by now, I should hope. So, thanks for viewing, and I really do apologise to all of you guys who have been waiting for content and stuff like that. I really do appreciate all of your support and all of your friendship. Thank you very much. See you soon.